This is about the Quran. This is about the person who broke the Prophet's heart. There's no one to carry on his legacy. This is the story of Abu Lahab. Surah Al-Kawthar. Indeed, we have granted you abundant goodness. We often recited Surah Al-Kawthar in our prayers, but unfortunately, only a handful know the meaning behind it. What is Al-Kawthar? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveal it? Did you hear about it, Talha? Yes, the messenger of Allah shared this revelation, the Kawthar. Glory be to Allah. And the most important part, what is Surah Al-Kawthar's relevance in our lives today? Let's find out in this video. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Indeed, we have granted you, O Prophet, abundant goodness. So pray and sacrifice to your Lord alone. Only the one who hates you is truly cut off from any goodness. Surah Al-Kawthar is the shortest chapter of the Quran. One of the numerous beauties of Quran is that behind the revelation of every chapter and every verse, there's a true story. But the story behind the revelation of Surah Al-Kawthar is one that shakes one to the core and breaks one's heart. Let's see that first. On a quiet afternoon in Mecca, while people were resting in their houses, the Messenger of Allah sat quietly. The sounds of sobbing could be heard as they met the clay walls. His son, Abdullah, had passed away. Once that child breathed peaceful in his embrace. Now he lay lifeless. But a man had his ears pressed to the walls outside. "What's the matter, Abu Lahab? Tell me too." "Have patience, Utbah, patience." This was no other than the Prophet's uncle. His face showed the joy he felt. And then he shouted happily, "Muhammad has no heirs to carry on his legacy. Muhammad's son is no more. He has no heirs, no legacy." His voice broke the Prophet's heart like never before. He was giving dates to the slaves, talking about it joyfully with his friends, and didn't stop saying, "Did you hear, my love? My nephew's son has died. There's no one to remember his legacy." His laughter, his words were slithering through the air like a snake. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't let his messenger go through it alone. He was given a gift, the gift of the revelation of Surah Al-Kawthar. In this chapter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed his messenger, telling him not to be disheartened because he has been given Kawthar, abundant goodness. So, he should worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the person who mocks him as being cut off from legacy because he lost his son, his heir, is the one truly being cut off. Allah's messenger smiled. His heart found peace. While the ignorant was happy in his ignorance, he could never have known that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had a punishment worse than death for him.
Hear ye,
No
hear ye.
sons.
I bring
So,
news of great
right now,
import.
you should
News
promise
that will
yourself
change
not to
everything you
recite
thought
Surah
you knew.
Al-Kawthar only because it is a short chapter, but recite it because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it as a gift to our
Hear
Prophet
ye,
PBU
hear ye.
to help him understand
I
that his
bring
status
news of
among
great
all creations
import.
is so high that Allah, the most glorious, the one who reigns over all, is consoling him directly. Abu Arwa, did you hear? What? Allah has raised the ranks of the Prophet. The first verse is, "Inna ataynakal kawthar." The word inna in Quran is to emphasize on what is to follow. So the first verse means, "Indeed, we have given to you Al-Kawthar." It's a gift. But what's Kawthar? A hadith mentions it as a river flowing along the banks of pearls in the heaven, whose water will never run out. Its water is as cool as ice. Its water is sweeter than honey, and its water is whiter than milk. That is the Kawthar. Here the work Ataynaka means to bestow a gift, Psychologically speaking, in our modern world today, humans give gifts
Your
only
ways
for
are
7
not our
reasons.
ways.
There are only
This
7
new
reasons
path leads
why we
only
give
to
each other
ruin.
gifts. To get someone to do something for us,
This is an
at someone's
outrage, I
wedding,
tell you.
during festivals,
An outrage!
or to maintain relationships, or if someone does something well, you give them a gift to encourage them. But the gift bestowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet PB is to let him know of his importance in the hierarchy of the universe. He is so important that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the bestower of honor, is consoling him directly to raise his ranks. Kawthar is a river in the paradise. But what are the other gifts bestowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Prophet this Quran. It's everlasting. It's with us now and will remain forever. What are the other gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And the biggest gift is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the name of the Prophet immortal. His name is remembered when one remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Truly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is glorious. Additionally, he was given daughters. While the ignorance mocked him for not having sons to carry on his legacy, but the truth is, even today, we name our daughters after the Prophet's daughters and remember them all fondly. Ruqayya, Fatima. Additionally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Prophets his companions as a gift. They stood by his side who got hurt willingly only because Islam is the true path, because it was revealed through the Prophet. Inna ataynaka al-Kawthar. The next verse is Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Now that the gifts have been bestowed, what should be done? You need to worship your Lord and make sacrifices. There are generally 2 forms of worship in the world. One is a private worship and the other is a public worship. We worship privately when we offer our prayers, and we worship publicly when we sacrifice an animal and share its meat with others, when we help others. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions both forms of worship in this verse. Here, the word wanhar means to offer sacrifices. This is why Eid al-Adha is also known as the day of Nahar, the day of sacrifice. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Worship your Lord and offer sacrifices. And the third verse is Inna shaniyaka huwal abtaru. Scholars hold that the word shaniya means enmity, where the person loses his mind to this enmity. He loses all reasonings. While there was a death of a young child in the Prophet's house, this person, Abu Lahab, was enjoying it, sharing arms in joy. He had lost all reasonings. The basic humanity in someone, he couldn't even muster that. Today, a parallel is seen in Israel's actions. Killing children and the old alike. Killing those gathered to get food. This is shania, an intense hatred where the person stops making sense, where he is led to ruin by his arrogance, hatred and ego. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna shaniyaka huwal abtaru. And who are these people who were saying that you will be left with no heirs or legacy, no one to remember you? Are the ones who will have this fate. Their roots and legacy have been destroyed. They have been ruined with no one to pray for them. And we are the proof. The entire world knows the messenger of Allah. And though we know Abu Lahab, his name is a warning to others. But how is this surah relevant in our lives today? How can we adopt this surah into our lives? Sometimes when we're going through rough patches, we might be mocked. People make fun of us. We're disappointed when we have daughters. When we do such things, we go down the same path Abu Lahab did. What did Abu Lahab say? Muhammad has no sons, his name will die with him. He believed that a man's legacy is carried on only by his sons. There are so many people among us who believe this. They think that daughters are a burden. They want sons to carry on their legacies. They believe that only sons can carry on their names. Even if no one outside their city or neighborhood knows about this family, its legacy or lack thereof, they want only sons. Protect yourself from such ignorance.
try to understand the wisdom in Quran. And when someone else is going through a difficult time, be there for them, comfort them. Often, we're over-enthusiastic when comforting someone. But when the person doesn't get better immediately, we get irritated. We get angry. Don't do this. Just let them know.
Just let them know that you're there with them. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comforted His messenger in 3 verses. What is Kawthar for us? For us, Kawthar is our health, our children, our homes, our free time. Every single thing that's given to us is the Kawthar. When you look around you, some people are waking up in lines outside hospitals. Some people spend evenings at cemeteries praying for the loved ones they've lost. So don't be discouraged by the minor inconveniences of your life. Count your blessings. Take account of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's gifts to you. This is how we can truly adopt Surah Al-Kawthar. And when you're praying the next time, recite Surah Al-Kawthar and remember, this is an extremely important surah. I hope that you understand it better now and that you like this video. There's a link given below to the resource document that lists all the references, hadiths and every bit of tafsir I relied on to make this video. Click on the link to read them or to cross-check them. And you should cross-check them. Also, I'm trying to build a community by bringing people together where we can discuss the Quran, the life of our Prophet, AI and video editing, where we can learn together, where we can grow our knowledge together,